Hello and welcome back to a new cool space program video, and today we're going to build a massive and really massive, huge, awesome space station. Yeah, let's go on to the first launch. Bam! Lift off. Okay, so as you can see here, the very first payload is a very cumbersome, humongous box. So let's jump into space. So after the really tedious launch, we finally got this huge space box, which kind of resembles one of those cardboard boxes where you buy your shoes in. However, it has a nice color scheme, I think. Well, not really nice, just I think it's funny to, or I thought it was funny to do something like that. But the main event of that thing are obviously these two big doors that you can open, and this way we have an entire kind of hangar array, and inside we have a docking port right there in front of the Mark II inline fuselage, so which will kind of act as a command ATC tower more or less. So with that thing here now already in orbit, let's jump onto the second launch where the main module will be launched in. And here we have this monstrosity on the launch pad. Even though, frankly speaking, the size it's less wide, but definitely taller and a lot heavier. Well, not a lot heavier, but just a bit heavier, since the very first payload was just under 100 tons. This is over 140 tons, so this is heavier. Still nothing extremely huge in the terms of weight, but the main or the biggest issue with this payload here, well, with the first payload, it was aerodynamic stability, which was a catastrophe. Yeah, you can imagine sending up a cardboard box into space. So yeah, here we had more issues with the Kraken glitching around and doing not too nice things. But actually today, well, actually right up until now, everything is in regular speed, and there will be just one small tiny portion of the video sped up. So today we have a regular speed video. I hope you enjoy these ones as well. Actually, now in orbit we were in front of the target, so well, of the cardboard box in space, the hangar module of a humongous space station, and so we went into a high orbit. After a couple of passes, the two markers got close enough for us to decide on a maneuver node. That's what we are doing here. Right here we can actually already see the target marker over there, but still we're not close enough. And I accidentally actually already deployed once these two solar arms, but more on deployment later. So here just switching this nose cone before doing a maneuver node, and after we did a maneuver we will be nice and close. So whilst we're talking about maneuvers, small refresher here for rendezvous. If your target or the thing you want to dock with is behind you, then you have to go into a higher orbit, because the higher you orbit, well, higher amperiapsis than the target, with a higher orbit, because the orbital speed, the lower you are to the center of mass, or your orbiting body, the higher the orbiting speed is, and thus if you go into a higher orbit, the object behind you can catch up with you, and vice versa, the other way around. If you are below it, you have behind it, you have to go into a lower orbit to catch up with it. Okay, anyways, after completing our rendezvous and getting nice and close to our target, you can see that we have hidden a docking port inside this Mark III cargo bay on the hangar module, and we have this small contraption sticking out in front of the passenger bay, exactly for that, in the same length, so that everything will be fitted nice inside the cargo bay. After long fiddling around with these two huge thingies, they're really cumbersome. Well, not that cumbersome, but the thing is, these docking ports, as you can see here, do not provide enough docking force, even though both are at 200 docking strength, to align them even though they're touching. So here, nice trick here for big craft, you can zoom out and now you just use the regular orientation key so to align the craft to the docking port itself. In our case, we wanted to move the entire contraption a bit the back up, so I'm looking at the thrusters that are firing at the rear end, or at the top end actually right now, until we are more or less aligned now with the eyeballing. Now again, zooming in to have a look at which corner exactly is not fitting, and that will be now the one towards us again, or towards the left if we rotate the camera further like that. Now exactly doing the same thing, looking at the thrusters are firing towards the right in order for the rear end to bank and go towards the left, and this way we will be aligned. And after some more laggy lag, we are aligned, and here we are docked to this cargo bay, not cargo bay, inside the cargo bay to the hangar module. And with that, quickly time warping around towards the bright side of Kerbin and preparing to open up all the nice thingy and gimmicks that you saw already, or you can see. Now deploying those two big arms, and next action group will deploy all the deployable things, including cargo bays, small relays, and obviously the solar panels. And with that, the last thing to do is just to engage the two counter-rotating gravity rings to stabilize ourselves. And trust me, those gravity rings look so magnificent when they're spinning. And now on to the last portion of the video. We're going to jump into a small video that I've shot actually after finishing the main recording, and here we can see from the inside and later on a small nice panoramic view around the entire space station. And I'm really proud of how this short little clip came out. Just look how magnificent this is. I must say this is one of the, if not my best space station. No, it is my best space station so far, and I really hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed this. And in the next video, or it's just sometime, we could actually maybe send a small SSTR or something like that into that cargo module. So on this note, thank you guys very much for watching, and until next time, Spaceship signing out.